You with the best of them, the rest of them after me.
Bob Chick back with Charles Glass, the Mecca of Bodybuilding, Gold's Gym. It's leg day today. If there's ever a day everybody wants to miss, it's leg day.
Well, you'd be surprised. A lot of people like that day because why? They can feel that power. You know, legs is basically some power because that's the biggest muscle that we have, and you got to exert a lot of strength and a lot of power to move that, place.
Well, it shows her won and lost with leg development, Charles. So I noticed you have some unique exercises that we saw with Jenny Lynn in her training earlier in the year, which paid off with an Olympia victory. So the Olympia is still a little ways off for Adam, but I noticed that you got him on the hack squat today.
Yes, we're going to start out today with the hack squat, and what we're going to do is my favorite is called the reverse hack. And we're trying to develop a lot of inner and also a lot of that gluteus muscle here.
All right.
If you notice, I try to get them to go all the way down and all the way up, keeping their back straight. So it's almost like doing a front squat. You really pay attention to it. The legs just a little bit too wide for the front squat.
They started to screaming, it's so naughty.
Let's get the party started now.
Charles, this exercise reminds me a lot of the Dutch squat from years ago, where you had the legs really wide, or the sumo squat. It comes under different names.
Yeah, it's pretty much like a sumo or Dutch squat, but here it sort of takes in a position that you can hurt your back.
If you're going to zoom in down on his feet, you can see his heels are on the machine, his toes are on the ground. Again, very important, as Charles noted. You do not want your heels on the ground. There would be a tremendous pressure on the Achilles tendon and just asking for injury.
Trust, major bucks, first class lifestyle, super deluxe. I give you keys to the safe, the cars in the crib, and your gold to the friends. Ain't how I live, but that's okay. We got it like
Charles, the uniqueness of this exercise, doing it backwards, what muscles are you hitting that you're not hitting on a regular hack?
Okay, on a hack squat, what you do, you normally, your feet are very close in. So you're not getting a lot of that inner thigh.
It's all outer thigh, actually.
It's pretty much all outer.
Sure.
Here, it allows you to get a lot more of that inner thigh that we need, and also that glute triangle. The deeper you go, the more glutes you're going to put involved. So.
Okay, so good way to bump up the glutes and the hamstrings.
Yes, yes. That tightness we need right from the knee.
I notice that he's got the pad, obviously, that his upper body is being able to rest up against. Any problem with the lower back on this exercise?
Well, actually, we don't touch the pad at all. Because the minute you start leaning up against the pad, it's going to make you arch your back a little too much. So I keep your body off the pad, but keep the tough alignment.
Gotcha.
And that, if you notice, he has that belt and has the cinch in real tight. That protects his lower back.
Okay, so just the opposite. You do not really want to be pressing yourself flat up against the pad, as it would put you in this position.
In arch position. Now what happens?
Which is very bad in the lower back.
There you go.
So he's actually got a strong position where
by leaning into the pad, sitting between as you come back up.
Gotcha.
So all the focus inside, here, nothing on the lower back.
Very good.
Now what we're going to do is then do 15 reps so we can pre-exhaust the muscle a little bit.
Okay.
Then we're going to start out the sin set, which we're going to start out the same amount of plates, but we're going to start out 15 and count backwards. So we go 15, 12, 10, then it goes 8, 7, 6, all the way down to the end. And that's one complete set without stopping, without resting.
Wow. That's going to be tough.
Good.
That's a good barn burner right there.
Oh, yeah.
Charles, I noticed he's got his feet on the outsides here. Is this particular to Adam's training or something in a general sense? Would you go closer rather than wider?
It depends on what you're trying to do to the legs. Right now, we're trying to build more thickness to the legs and we go a little bit wider. Okay. And he's so used to doing that, it's hard to break that habit.
Right.
I like it just a little closer, but not, it's okay.
But also think the taller you are, the wider your legs have to go.
Right.
I see a lot of tall guys, they got their legs in close and they got about a 3-inch range of motion.
Yeah, the range of motion.
Which is doing nothing, especially when they got 12, 13 plates piled on here.
Yeah, but
what are they doing?
It's like a squeaky motion, exactly. Not doing anything.
It's working the knees, what they're working. So, good rule of thumb out there, but you always get that nice distance with your legs. Again, not too wide, not too close. As usual, the answer seems to be in the middle.
Definitely in the middle. Now, just give me 3. 3. 2.
Once again, for anybody out there that thinks you need to put 1,500 pounds on here to be a big-time bodybuilder, not the case.
No, not at all. Especially when you do stuff like that. I mean, if you're going to do sin set, ascend, when you go back up, it's just a stuff. I mean, it's just, there's all sorts of ways you can make this hurt. All right, now we're going down to 12.
How you feeling, bro?
I don't know, man. My legs are so tight.
Oh, man. Poor
sore.
guy can't move.
It's ridiculous, man.
Jeez.
I mean, I like pain, but that is,
Well, just remember, Adam, this is what you wanted.
that's what I want, man. Charles always brings it out of me every time.
We'll welcome you into the dark side of life.
Okay, Charles, I notice in this unique exercise, you got a pad that you bring in behind his lower back. It's got a relatively narrow stance. What are we doing here?
We're trying to get more of the outer sweep. What we do, we get that narrow stance, we slightly turn the toes in just a tad. So you feel it more on the outside sweep of the quad.
I was going to ask you if that was just him doing that or if that
No,
was by design.
We do it that way because we found that when we just get the regular stance, we don't hit a lot of quads, and then also
Sure.
you end up, as you're standing there, you end up turning your feet out. So we're trying to keep the feet in by going that little pigeon toe light.
Gotcha.
Keep the pressure on that quad from the outside.
Okay, and we just got a
And-
standard pad that you'll find in any gym.
Any
You just
gym.
kind of make up your own, roll up a towel.
Well, what we do, we use the pad because we found that when you have your feet low and you try to do the same exercise, it makes you arch your back way too much. Now you got pressure on your lower spine again.
And the knees.
And also you kill your knees.
Sure.
But by that pad lifting you up, it lets you drop underneath more. Push your knees out, push your knees out. There you go. Push your knees out, knees out. There you go. Good. That's it. Knees out. Up. There you go. Good. Come on. Knees out, knees out. Good. Come on. Stop. Come on. That's it. Come on. Don't bounce. Don't bounce. Go down. Up. There you go. Do it again. Same thing. Don't bounce. Up. There you go. Last one coming up. Come on. Don't bounce. Don't bounce. Stay there, there. Up. There you go. Lock it.
We'll welcome you into the dark side of life. Welcome you here tonight. I love you.
Right there. Up. Good. Two more. Here we go. That's it. Last one coming up. Come on. Up. Good. Now the reason I put my hand there so that his knees doesn't cave in on it. Now you're putting too much stress on the inside of that knee. So I put my hand there so all he does is touch my hand and pulls his legs right back off.
You know, as we talked about in many other body parts, Charles, and it runs true with legs. The one thing you want to eliminate is that pendulum swing or that momentum. Your rest pausing in a lot of different exercises, always keeping the pressure on the muscle.
Right. What I do is I give him some reps first. That's so we pre-exhaust. Now I'm going to pause. Why? It works much better for what we're trying to do.
Sure.
Because now you definitely got to hit those small muscles to help push out. And you can't get those other muscles to kick in because they already pre-exhausted.
And certainly better off with 4 plates on there. As you can see, Adam's working about as hard as he can work, rather than putting 5 or 6 plates with the bounce and that whole business.
Well, I mean, if we let him bounce, not just 5. I mean, he'll put like 6 plates, 7 plates on there.
Oh, he's an animal.
Because he can bounce then. Now we take that out of it because we have no injuries, you know?
It's all about working muscle and bodybuilding. Remember that, folks. Muscle, Adam.
Did you even think that I'd be here just for today?
Okay, Charles, back on the leg extension, right where you started. We're going to finish it off.
Right. Well, right now, the first time was just a warm-up, so it wasn't very strenuous or anything. Now what we can do, instead of sitting straight like it was on the first one, we sort of line back with it, so it goes more up into the hip of the quad.
Sure. And I noticed if we can pan around here, we'll see. But you say laying back, you're not kidding around. You actually have a pad set up back here, so that he can actually get himself back on the correct angle, put the emphasis on the thighs.
If you remember back when Tom Craft was competing, this is something he used to do all the time, is lay all the way back and do it. And he has some phenomenal legs. So we're trying to create the same position. Of course, we don't have the same machines, but at least try to get the same position.
It's funny you should mention that because anybody old enough to remember those machines, they were the combination extension leg curl machines like what you had in the high schools. It was flat, so you couldn't actually lay back.
Almost all the way back.
Is that a danger to the knees at all?
No, simply because, well, that was those days, but this is not because you're not all the way back.
Sure.
It's partial in between.
You got it.
Come on. Come on. That's it. Do it again. Do it again.
Charles, once again, you can do this on any leg extension just by
Anything.
merely putting a pad. And even if you don't have a pad, you can actually just lean back onto there
Yeah.
as long as you keep yourself steady.
Well, the pad's going to protect you a little bit more.
Sure.
But you don't need a pad. So you just keep your core tight and you can do it.
How many sets is Adam going to do here to finish off?
Just
3
three.
sets.
Track that muscle. Come on. Track the muscle all the way. Good. Good. Come on. Push it through. Come on. Push it through. There you go. 2 more. Last one coming up. There you go.
Charles, I know she's got 120 pounds on there. Again, maximizing the efficiency ratio of training. He could have 200 on there, but not nearly getting the work he's getting with 120.
All you need, well, you gotta understand, we just annihilate the legs here. So now we're just trying to take it easy and squeeze, get a good contraction here. That's all.
Sure.
What's the separation? That's all
You're
we
just
do.
you're just flushing the muscle right now and getting a little bit of a pump.
It's not all about the weight either. You gotta leave the ego outside.
Check the ego at the door, brother.
Leave it outside.
Suburban old words like motivations. I slap verbs and act the verb. Turn I conjugate slurs like curse words. Not herds and nerds. Population shift on that side. Moving right on up to the lane. I pick it fist out. So meanwhile, the big man deprivational of melanin.
Last one. There you go. Completion.
That would be complete. Charles, take me back through what we just saw.
Well, actually, what we did, we tried, like I said, you did the leg extension, sort of warm his legs up a little bit. Then we went to reverse hacks. Reverse hacks, we feel the inside as well as the tie-in muscle. Then we from there went to a leg press. We did our favorite descending step. That's the killer right there because you actually, there's no stopping to it. You do your 15, you pause, but you never take the pressure off the muscle.
Sure.
So, I mean, the muscle's totally fatigued. By the end of the day, you shouldn't be able to walk, you know. And after that, we did regular hacks by putting the pad behind the back so we take the stress off the knees. And that way he keeps his chest forward so he sits underneath, closer to the heels, rather than arching his back to sit down.
Sure.
And from there, we come and polish it off with leg extensions again, complete.
One thing I would like to know, Charles, that you don't want to start off, beating world records on the leg extension before you're going to hit your good stuff, or you'd be so spent you're not going to make it halfway through.
You see a lot of people come in and put a lot of plates on
Exactly.
these extension machines to warm up. Why? All you're doing is stressing the joints and the tendons, and then pretty soon you won't get them inflamed. You won't be able to do anything, and plus you won't be able to work out. Once you inflame those tendons, you're done. I mean, it's going to take weeks to get them to heal properly, and then you're going to go right back and do it again. It's going to take the same amount of time. So it's best just to lighten it up, use it as a warm up.
Right. Not a
Then-
builder at that
right.
point.
The builder's going to come when you go back there and do all the heavy stuff.
Sure.
That's your builder. This is only just to warm it up, and then you do a polishing afterwards.
You got it. Well, you saw it there. Well, for a spent Adam Kirby who's making his way over here for our exit, that's it. That's some work, buddy. I got you. Don't worry.
I sat down over there because I almost fell. I swear.
As you can see, he's going to be walking like Gumby for about the next 3 days or so, but it's all right, buddy. That's what being a champ's all about.
That's right. That's right. Every time, just keep showing up, man. Just keep showing up. Bring your heart. Come and play.
You got it. You heard it here first. For Adam Kirby, for Super Trainer Charles Glass, I'm Bob Ciccarello, and we'll see you next time on bodybuilding.com with Getting Cut with Glass.
Gotta keep your head straight and be in to win.
JetFuel, the latest in fat-burning technology. JetFuel, a revolutionary